Getting MEVVed is the worst way you can lose your money trading meme coins. In this video, I'm going to teach you what MEVVing is and how you can avoid it. Before we start, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram, and most importantly, join Soul Mafia. It's the #1 way you can become a better trader. Also, download BullX and Nova if you haven't already. You need them to trade. The blockchain is public. Any single time you buy or sell a meme coin, anyone can see. Now every time you make an order, you have to go through something called a validator. This is someone who approves or denies your transaction depending on a couple of factors. At any point in time, there are thousands of people trying to buy coins. So there are a bunch of validators that have to pick and choose who gets to buy it first, even if all of them submitted the order at the same time. Now let's say you have 100 people buying Trump for $100. Who gets to buy it first? And so what you have is these things called gas, slippage, and bribe fees. Gas fees go to like a public validator who pretty much says yes or no, like we talked about. And then slippage is the amount of percentage you're okay with losing or gaining depending on your order. So let's say I put in an order for $100 and then the coin goes up 150 in the meantime of me placing the order because a bunch of other people bought in. I would have to have a slippage set to 50% for the validator to approve my transaction. Else he would say no and not take it. So now you have these things called MEV bots, which are maximum extractable value bots. And these people are pretty much scanning the blockchain, because keep in mind, all of this is public, and seeing who has high enough slippage that they can come in, tip the validator a little bit more, and get placed right before them to drive the price up. So let's say, again, I place an order for Trump at $100 with 50% slippage and a tip of 0.01. A MEV bot is going to come in and tip the validator 0.02 and then drive the price up to like 150 so that I'm forced to buy it at 150, and then he's going to sell immediately, and then it's going to go back down to 100, and he gets to pocket the slippage amount, so he wins $50. So the way we avoid this is by going through a private validator, and that's what MEV Protection is. By using MEV Protection, you're adding another layer of security and going to another private validator. So essentially the transaction's a little bit slower. It's not really noticeable, but still a tiny bit slower, and you have to pay another fee on top called the bribe fee. So you're paying your gas fee to the public validator, your bribe fee to a MEV Protection validator that makes sure that no other bot can see what you're paying, and then you're paying your slippage, which is the amount of percentage you're okay with the coin going up or down within you placing the order. So how common is MEVving, and do you need MEV Protection? Well, it depends. I would say for sell orders, keep MEV Protection off. It's really rare to get MEV'd on a sell because that means that the bot would have to be holding your meme coin before you actually buy it, which again is quite rare. For buy orders, it's a little more complicated. There are a few special cases where you actually don't need MEV Protection, and we're about to go over those in the rest of the video. The first case where you don't need MEV Protection is if you're trading with a small order size. To begin with, I would say it's not recommended to trade with small sizing because you'll end up losing a lot of your money on fees. But in general, if you're trading with like under 0.2 or 0.3 Solana, it's quite rare to get MEV'd because they're not actually targeting you. They're targeting bigger and better wallets that are trading with 1 to 3 Sol. The second case is sniping migrations and new creations. It's actually harmful to keep MEV Protection on most of the time because your main priority is speed, and you want to get into those pairs or those migrations as fast as possible before anyone else. So having MEV Protection actually slows you down, and most of the times you won't actually get MEV'd on those types of plays. I would say the last exception is something that I like to call a laser play. I feel like we've had a lot of these in the past week, but these are essentially coins that are incredibly volatile and like already go up and down by multi-millions every single second. The best way to enter these coins are kind of getting lucky with an ultra fast no slippage sniper and not actually worrying about MEV Protection, because again, it's really rare to get MEV'd when the coin is already so volatile that even the MEV bot would have trouble entering before you. So now we'll set up MEV Protection and fees in both Nova and BullX. I recommend Nova the most, but feel free to skip to whichever bot you prefer. So we're gonna go to the homepage of Nova by clicking start or typing /star, and you'll see this. Then we're gonna click on settings, and you're gonna see fees, slippage, MEV Protection buys, MEV Protection sells. The first thing we're gonna do is click on fees. This takes us to buy fees, sell fee, buy tip, sell tip. And if you want to change these, all you have to do is click on them and then type in your new fee, so 0.0018 for example, and then it updates it. Your buy fee is the fee that you pay to the public validator. You have to pay this no matter what. The tip is what gets paid to the private validator, which is if you have MEV Protection enabled. So once you've set up your fees, and again, they have a recommended tip and you can kind of play around depending on how fast you want your orders filled. The higher, the faster the orders, but obviously the more expensive. You're going to click back to settings, and then you're going to see MEV Protect, buy, MEV Protect, sell. So these are both MEV Protection settings for buys and sells. If you click on MEV Protect, it'll turn it on, and then if you click it again, it'll turn it off. The red, it means it's off, and the green means it's on. And so when you have it on, I would actually click on buy GDO and change this to auto. It's gonna click that, and then you'll see auto, and it'll pick the fastest, best method for you. Now let's say you have MEV protection off because you're sniping new pairs or doing migration sniping. You can actually click MEV protection off, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it to ultra. Ultra is the best way and the fastest way to snipe, and that's really why you would want MEV protection off. It's going to be a lot faster than the GDO or like auto or blocks route, but again, you're at risk of getting MEV'd. So if you're playing with large amounts, you want to be careful that you don't have this accidentally off and get MEV'd. I promise you, it sucks. It really makes you really, really mad. Now for sell settings, I would just keep MEV protection off and then make sure that it's set to ultra. So again, keep it off if it's already on, sell ultra. And then so I leave these at like, again, buy auto, green, red, sell ultra. That's how I keep my settings. So yeah, these are the settings I recommend. For the most part, keep MEV protection on, and unless you're sniping new pairs or migrations, you can keep it off and click ultra. Or if you're using a really small port size, you can't really afford to pay the MEV fees. So again, I would keep that off. Now for sells, always keep it off and just use the ultra mode. It's the fastest and the best. Now for BullX, it's kind of the same thing. It's a little easier because it doesn't have as much customization, so that will make your orders a little slower. But again, all you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the top right of your screen on NeoVision, and you're gonna see this little settings button. You just click that, and then it opens up order settings. You can make a bunch of different presets and save them. Again, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just click on the preset, save the name, and then add your different fees and settings depending on the preset. And then every time you want to buy or sell, you can use a specific preset depending on like your order. So for example, I have under 1 SOL, I have my priority fee, my slippage, my MEV protection is enabled on here, and then on this sell, I have disabled MEV protection, and then the same thing for the other orders. So I have a video that goes over all my fees and like presets in depth, but I just wanted to show you easily how to access it and how to change it. It's literally as easy as that. And then it'll automatically save, so just click the X button and you're good to go. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, I know that you're part of the elites and we're gonna make a shit ton of money together. Once again, please like, comment, subscribe, follow me on socials, and if you haven't already, join Sol Mafia. It's the #1 thing you can do to become a better trader. Also, download BullX and Nova. You pretty much need them to get started trading.